Hey Leos, and welcome to your August 2017 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead. And happy birthday to some of my favorite Leos here that are having the solar return in the beginning of August here. I tend to see that these Leos who are born in August are like the most lion acting Leos, because y'all are in that like Leo decan of the sign. You're not like an Aries Leo, you're not a Sag Leo, but you're like a Leo. So that's for like the beginning of August, like up towards like August 10th. So if you fall in that time, you guys are the Leos of the zodiac, and happy birthday to you. And then also happy birthday, of course, to the Saggy Leos who are aging up towards the end of August, or before the 21st. I feel like this month is going to be really good for you guys. I feel like there's a really long way to come, and a lot of cycles of pain and discord that you're kind of trying to rise above and go out of. You guys are really stepping back into your power this month with the Emperor taking residence over your entire reading here. And I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I feel like there's been a line that you guys needed to draw. I feel like there's been a boundary that needed to be set, and you're very much in that place this month. We have so many crazy energetic things going on. We have the Grand Fire Trine happening, where the Sun will be in your sign, Uranus will be in Aries, Saturn will be in Sag. And there will also be 2 new moons in Leo, which is so rare. So that's amazing. And there's also going to be, obviously, the huge solar eclipse on the 21st of August. So we have so much fire energy coming in. And you guys are sort of the catalyst of that, because without the sun being in Leo right now, it wouldn't be full. So the Leo energy and Leo archetype is the catalyst of change right now. It is the catalyst of transcendence, ascendance, and any kind of really halting, sharp energy. So you guys have a lot of power this month. You guys may not realize how much power you have, because it's July 23rd as I'm filming this, and the energy might not have quite hit yet. In fact, it's probably just started to come in, because the moon is in Leo right now. It is a new moon, and that's usually the time of the month where we start to feel empowered, where we start to feel like we're getting more energy coming in. If you guys didn't know, I am a Leo ascendant, so I have Leo rising. So it's been an amazing feeling for me. I've really been able to get a lot more work done. I've really been able to feel a lot of exuberant, vibrant energy coming in. So I've really been enjoying working with that. So I hope that it's feeling the same way for you. The thing is, it's not really a perfect or ideal situation that Leos are in right now either. It's kind of like there are a lot of highs and a lot of lows. It can be very polarized. And when we're working with so much collective fire energy, that's very normal, because fire can be used for a lot of things. You know, you can associate fire with a spark of life, where you can suddenly sort of come into power, or you can have this huge life-changing experience that takes you into a completely new realm of being. And you can also associate fire with burning out, or losing momentum, or even destroying things that may not need to be destroyed, because fire doesn't really pick and choose what it burns, you know. So there has to be a lot of discretion employed under this type of energy, which is another reason that I'm so happy to see the Emperor coming up for you guys, because that's exactly what that archetype is. It controls energy. Like the Emperor uses logic to know what it needs to burn, to know what it needs to destroy. A lot of tarot readers associate the Emperor with something very negative, and it can be that. It can be a control freak energy. It can be a very domineering energy. It's represented by Mars and Saturn, so there's that malefic energy and this need for limitation and boundaries imposed on other people. But the energy can be used in a positive way, especially when we have so much untamable fire energy that can really spiral out of control and lead to a lot of broken hearts, or broken bones, or broken egos. So, and the way that the destruction happens under this kind of energy is when it ends. Oftentimes when you have a huge fire trine or huge fire energy come into play like this, it is giving everybody what they want in a way, or everybody's kind of having the opportunity to make their goals happen, or to start a cycle in which they do that. But the thing is when it ends, there's no longer that essence of luck or that essence of spark in the same way that there was. So we really have to have a system put into place once the fire trine is over, and we really have to be able to plan and structure and organize well the energy that we were granted during that time so that we can keep it going. Otherwise, it's very easy to fall flat on our face. It's very easy to get burned out because we can have a tendency to take on too much during this time as well. So yeah, another intuitive energy for you guys is, I think that you're familiar with this because you have 9 of Wands in your reading. So there's like this feeling of endurance needed, or this feeling of being really close to achieving something, but not quite feeling like you have the money to finish it, or not quite feeling like you have the energy to finish it. So I think that that's really what you guys realize is happening. Like, you feel all this energy coming in and you're like, how can I spread this out? For those of you who that hasn't clicked for yet, it's really important to think about how we can use that energy in a constructive way. And I'm sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought, guys, because I just got deja vu. That was really weird. It's like, whoa, I've seen this spread before, and this is the first time I'm opening it up since I did the photography, of course, and it feels like I've already done this reading like 5 times, so that's a really strange feeling. And I was just thinking to myself, oh, did I pull up the wrong sign? But no, this is Leo, and maybe somebody else had the Devil and the Magician in their 3rd week too. Was that Capricorn? Yeah, I'm getting like a really weird deja vu. Anyway, to move on with the whole idea of what's going on for you guys, you're feeling kind of a lack of mental stimulation, maybe. You're feeling a little bit like you can't get your words out, or you can't get your ideas together, because that's another symptom of the energy that we experience during this fire time of the year, especially with all the outer planets there as well. So you feel like you know what you need to do and you know what action you need to take, but it's really hard to get it on pen and paper. It's really hard to think about the logistics of it, but you really have to like push further. I feel with the Emperor being at the middle of your reading, you really have to push further and find out, like, how can I understand the logistics of this? Now is not a very good time to be lazy or to be resting too much, because that's not good under fire energy. Because we can feel burned out, we can feel like the energy is just too much to take on, but at the same time, there's this need to push past that, and the need to actually use the energy instead of just see that it's there. The only other really strong intuitive message that I'm feeling for you guys is, well, yeah, there's actually 2 more. The first one is with the Magician reverse. There could be someone around you who is lying or being secretive, or you feel like there's someone that you can't trust. Trust does seem to be an issue in August. Someone who you thought had really good intentions seems to be questionable right now, and it's like you still haven't proven it, or you still don't know for sure, but you are thinking about that. And it seems to me that this person is not that great, or may not be who you think they are, at least. Even if that doesn't really put them in a bad place, they're not who you think they are. And the other message that I was thinking of was like a lack of confidence, or a lack of wherewithal with 6 of Wands reversed. It's like you should be on your high horse right now, Leo. You should be flaunting in a way what you have. So don't be afraid to be like pensive. Like, or I mean, don't feel like you have to be pensive, or don't feel like you have to be understated. It's not really the time for it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and look at this from the week to week, and we'll see what specifically more is coming up for you guys. So week number 1, 3 of, I was about to say 3 of Hearts, 3 of Swords, reversed, rooted down by the world. Yeah, I feel like some of you have had the breakup, or some of you have felt hurt by somebody very close to you. That being rooted down by the world says to me that if the relationship hasn't ended, or if you're trying to think about giving them another chance, I feel like it's best to let things end here. Something, even if it's not a relationship in your life, needs to come to an end in the first week, or that's really what it comes down to, is something has like outworn its use to you, and it's no longer really healthy for you because it's like hurt you really bad. And it's like you still think it has potential. You still think that you can make this a really grand experience. But the thing is that you guys need to realize is it already has been. Like the relationship that you had, even if it's been from a while ago, it was a lot greater than you realized, or it did a lot more for you than you realize. It kind of put you at the apex of existence in a new way. And it's like you still need it from that situation, or you still think that you need to construct a situation in which you can have that. But the reality is you already had it in a weird energetic way. And from this specific person, or this specific energy that you're struggling with, it seems that it's just not the time to think about having it again. So just be thankful. I feel like the first week it would be good to think about like what you've achieved. It'll be good to think about what you've done right and what you've done well, and really give yourself credit. Credit is important in the first week. So be good to yourself here, because there's a tendency here to really exaggerate where things have gone wrong, or to put too much energy and attention into the things that are no longer there or the things that are dying out. In the second week, you guys have Six of Wands reversed, rooted down by Ace of Swords reversed. This week is more about like, how can you get your confidence back? How can you get your like Leo presence back? I feel like a lot of you feel like you've lost your oomph, or you've lost your magnanimous nature or your jovial nature. There's something about you that you feel is missing. Some of you might feel like you've gained weight, or feel like your appearance isn't what it used to be, and that's giving you a difficult situation. Now's actually not that bad of a time for cosmetic procedures, or in at least like changing your wardrobe or doing something for your image, like change your hair. It's good to change your image in the second week, because there's something that has ended for you, so it's okay for your appearance to represent that too. And anything that can really give you some confidence or give you back something that you've lost is really good in the second week. You could feel a little bit discredited in the second week. Again, the first week was all about credit where credit is due. In the second week, it could be that you are not given credit for something you did at work or something that you did in a project, and somebody's like taking credit for what you did. The Ace of Swords usually represents intellectual property being taken from you or sapped from you. Also, be careful of just giving away all your good ideas. It seems like for those of you who work in the creative field, you could be giving away all your creative ideas, and people are like keeping track of them and could be wanting to use them for their own gain. So keep things close to your chest right now, Leo. It would be better to confide more in yourself about your wants and goals for the future. In the third week, you guys have the Devil rooted down by the Magician reversed. This, I do feel like Capricorn had this as well. I might just be completely crazy, but I just feel like one of the other signs had that specific same third week with the Devil and the Magician reversed. This is all about understanding that you've been through pain. You've been through a very, very difficult, traumatic, binding time, but now you have the ability to get out of it. And for some reason, Leo, it's more intense in you, because I think that Capricorn, it was the other way around. I think the Devil was reversed and the Magician was upright. What this is that you don't think that you have what it takes to change your circumstance. You don't think that you have what it takes to do the really lofty goal or aspiration, but you do. What this usually comes from, the feeling of the Magician reverse, feeling like we can't change, feeling like we don't have the independence to change our circumstance, usually comes from like lies and secrets. The Magician reverse is a representation of the change in reality, or somebody who constructs reality to make a different impression. Usually this is a very draining type of energetic wave to get into, and that's also represented by the Devil too. The Devil is like that cycle, and the Magician reverse is like the energy itself. So it's like that energy has got caught on a loop, and there's really got to be like a lot of very halting things to happen where you realize, I do have what it takes. I do have the power to change my circumstance. Because I feel also in the third week, it can be kind of an accident indication. Like some of you could just be clumsy, or some of you could just be like not paying attention. It'll be good to really pay attention during this period of time, Leos. I don't sense anything that's too crazy. You don't have like 10 of Swords or anything. But like really inconvenient things could happen. Like you could like get in like small fender benders on the road, or you could get like a flat tire. Like just be thinking about small inconveniences, like where you're not putting your energy, like if you haven't checked your tires in a long time, or if your car's messed up, or like getting the wrong airplane ticket could happen, or like your baggage lost. And I don't want to project that because that's just super inconvenient, but only that kind of stuff only happens when you need like a jolt. You need to like understand like this is not where it is. Your train of thought is not in the right place. Like wake up. The third week is kind of a wake up call. The fourth week for you guys is Page of Pentacles rooted down by Nine of Wands. You could get more money this week. I feel like you're going to get more than you expect, but at the same time, it's not as much as you'd like. You're very stressed out by work, it seems, or you're very having to put in a lot of endurance to get through it. And I feel like you've got to start giving yourself that in what you actually want to accomplish. You need to start working with yourself in the way that you work with other people, or you need to start working with yourself in the way that you do when you're on the clock. At least giving yourself that same amount of energy, because it does seem super possible. Another thing for the fourth week could be that you're tired of somebody. There could be like an earth ruled person, like the Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn energy, who you're like not trusting or you're kind of on guard with. You might feel like you want to keep continuing it for like the posterity's sake because maybe this person's very attractive or maybe this person is going places and you're like, I feel like this person is good, but I also feel like they're bad. Like if you see in the Nine of Wands, it's like he doesn't know for sure whether or not he can trust this person. He's also not quite strong enough to be able to trust, period. So you have to think about, Leo, if you're strong enough to trust yet. And you have to think about how that relates to other people in your life right now. Because one way or another, this month in August for you guys during your birth time is very empowering and sets a lot of things in place to continue and a lot of cycles to start. And you want to make sure that you get on top of that and that it's positive cycles and that it's positive energy for the future, because the devil is always a starting cycle and it's not necessarily bad, although it's very easy for it to be. You want to make sure you're not starting any cycles of self-sabotage or any cycles of like betrayal to other people, because it's very easy for it to get like forced back on you in a way that you never expect. So if you start cycles of like hard work and treating yourself with the respect that you treat your job or your goals, then that's going to really reward you in the long run. It's not a good time in August to be controlled by other people. It's not a good time in August to be feeling like you have to go to bat for somebody who you don't actually really even like. Sort of unspoken control dynamics are very easily burnt out, and that's either really good or really bad. Well, it's not really bad, but Leo is weird because you're like the king of the jungle energy, right? So you operate on this sort of soul level hierarchy system. So sometimes for Leo, like the control dynamics that are in place are just that, and they're just inevitable. Not for all of you. So if those end up leaving or end up not being the case anymore, especially if you're on top, it can be a difficult experience. So think about that and think about what control dynamics you have in place with yourself. They will probably not exist in the same way that they do after we have all this fire energy come through. So at the end of the day, you're going to be okay through this month. You're going to prove a lot to yourself, and it's not necessarily the easiest month, but it can also be a very enjoyable month and a very like fun month. So enjoy that roller coaster ride. If you have any questions, you can feel free to book a private reading with me. That should be popping up on the screen very soon here. It should be on the left. Also, if you want to check out last month's reading, if you haven't seen it yet, or if you just want to revisit it, it should be in the center as well. I so appreciate your subscribes, likes, and comments, and I will be talking to you guys very soon in September. Much love to you. Bye.